Our mental defilements called kilesa in Pali that are obstructing the bliss of nirvana, which is inborn in us, are defined by the Buddha in his very first sermon called Dhamma Chakka, in his sermon called Upaklesa Sutta, that you get at page 18 of volume 3 in the Anguttara Nikaya. They are named by the Buddha as our choice of the pleasant, named as Kamachanda in Pali. The resentment of the unpleasant, named as Vyapada in Pali. Sloth and torpor, named as Tinamidda in Pali. Restlessness of remorse, named as Uddacha Kukucha in Pali. And finally, our skeptical doubt, called Vichikicha in Pali. All these 5 types of mental objects or defilements hindering nirvana are basically based on our likes and dislikes, manifested by our mental magnetism called Kama Dhatu. Buddha, in his very first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, defined these 2 basic types of defilements called likes and dislikes as 2 mental magnetic extremes called anta. In his very first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Buddha referred to this mental magnetism, the extremes of mental magnetism, as extremes that should be, mental extremes that should be avoided by the aspirants of nirvana, that who are treading the path to nirvana, the spiritual path nirvana. In Buddha's language, it is mentioned in the first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta as Dve anta pabbajite nasavitabba. Dve anta, 2 mental extremes that should not be used by those who are treading the path to nirvana. Pabbajite nasavitabba. That means nasavitabba means should be avoided. Our lives are based on our selection of the pleasant from the unpleasant. That selection is a natural activity of lay human beings, or lay beings, all beings. All beings like pleasant experience and dislike unpleasant experiences. And that is a natural activity. That is selecting the pleasant from the unpleasant. Referred to as Kama Chanda in the Upaklesa Sutta, as a mental defilement. However, our likes and dislikes are very useful in our day-to-day normal life to lead a pleasant life, we have to avoid the unpleasant experiences. But Nirvana is the ending, the final ending of life, final ending of living. It's called Kina Jati. That is a term used by the disciples of the Buddha who have attained the final stage called Nirvana. When they reveal the experience to the Buddha, saying, Kina Jati. Oh Buddha, we are not going to be born again. With that, what happens is, in our mental state, we would be able to accept things as they are, without the choice of the pleasant from the unpleasant. And accepting things as they are is called, or seeing things as they are, because to accept things as they are, we have to be aware, we have to see, we have to experience the nature of things as they are. And that vision is called Yata Bhuta Jnana Darsana in Pali. And accepting things as they are is termed in Pali as Yata Labha Santutti, the quality of an enlightened mind. However, the struggle of the laymen who are enlightened are always a struggle to shape things and beings according to one's own likes and dislikes. We want things and beings, naturally, as laymen, to be pleasant and not to be unpleasant. This struggle to seek the pleasant and to avoid the unpleasant is the struggle, the main struggle in the life of all laymen. Emancipation is the immense freedom from this struggle. That freedom from the realization of things as they are, that brings in the ability to accept things as they are. That's called Yatarabha Santutti. And this is the state of enlightenment. That is why Buddha referred to the state of accepting things as they are. That's called Yatarabha Santutti. Santutti Paramandhanam in Dhammapada. It's recorded Santutti Paramandhanam. Dhanam here is not the wealth, although it's translated as wealth. It is the final positive development, ultimate positivism of the mind, ultimate spiritual development of the mind, that is realized by the ability to accept things as they are, free from likes and dislikes, free from the choice of the likes from the dislikes. And that happens with the end of all our mental defilements at enlightenment. Enlightenment means ending the mental defilement. Mental defilements are concepts in our mind. Liking is a concept that we are used to. Disliking is a concept that we are used to. They happen naturally because things and beings have pleasant forms as well as unpleasant forms. Naturally, we like pleasant forms and dislike unpleasant forms. But once we are enlightened, we do not differentiate between the pleasant and unpleasant. We will be able to accept things as they are. that is the bliss of nirvana that one can experience in this very life.